Welcome back to the Napa Valley Tournament Expert Division qualifying round, hole number 3. Here we're going to be setting up for a Hornet rough bump and use a Kingmaker or a Kingslayer, APOC 4 plus, and Hornet 7 plus here. So it's a no move target. The adjustment is P3 10% max. No push up, 5 top, 3 right. We're playing full controlled OP and APOC 5 right curl. All right. No move target. Here's what I'll tell you. There is crosswind angle here, and I believe I catch it here. Yes, I do. So you want to pull this one with a slight 1201 favor. And just to give you an example of the wind changes that Playdemic is so kind to give us, you see my center line is here right now. And you will also get winds that have you at this tree or even left of this tree. So, because they like to give massive wind angle changes, it's not even the same wind angle. All right. It's like 3 different wind angles on one hole. So, fair play, whatever. But the crosswind angle here, what I'm looking at is if I'm in these bushes, that's the crosswind angle. Now, the only thing that you really need to be concerned with in this angle is if you have high winds. So if you're using a Kingmaker and you got winds that are 7.8 or higher, you're going to land really close to the rough on the left with your first bounce. And it will not be great left safe on the drive, right? If you hit perfect, you should still be good. However, it lands really close to the rough with high wind, crosswind, okay? So, if you don't pull it with the 1201 favor, or if you pull it with a little bit of 59, you might clip the rough. If you want to play this with a Kingmaker and you catch the crosswind angle and you have a high wind, my recommendation, just to be safe, would be to shift your target a half a ring to the right, just to make it a little safer on that first bounce. You're going to see that I have a 6-6 wind, I have the crosswind angle, and you can see where my first bounce lands here with a perfect. And so, you can imagine with a couple of mile an hour more wind, we're going to be adjusting further to the left. And in this wind angle with right curl, it actually moves the ball slightly to the left the higher the wind is. So just something to note. I don't want people to, come out here and pull this one crooked, clip the rough on your first bounce and blame me. All right? It's wind angle. If you catch it and you want to use a Kingmaker, you'll have to pay attention to it. That's all there is to it. Generally speaking, our drives, we want them to be between 388 and 392, roughly. For the approach shot, again, we're using Hornet 7 plus. The adjustment is P3 minus 10% at slider. We're using a 4.7 top spin and 1.9 right spin as our base. And we're going to find the sticky spot off the rough bump. Now, with that being said, it's not a huge sticky spot, especially the left-right. However, the up-down it's decent whenever you are set up in the correct spot. But I wouldn't waste a whole lot of time trying to find it and respin. Find it, respin once at the most. If you still can't get into it good, then just stick the ball guide through the center of the cup, take the shot. You still have a good chance at dropping it, and it'll be a lot better than timing out. So we're doing a check here to get our slider value, and it's going to be white ring touching the flag stick, white ring touching the green fringe line at the same time. So you want your white ring touching the flag over here, and you want your white ring touching the fringe line up here. So you can see I'm a little bit short, about a ring short of the check, and I play this one 1% higher than what the +6 would give me. But that's our check. White ring touching both at the same time. Ought to give you a plus yard for every ring above or below the plus yard check. It's 1% slider with the Hornet. Okay, 1% for every ring above or below. There are wind angles here that do come into play on this shot because we're pulling down a hill. And I showed you on the drive the massive wind angle changes we're seeing, and they're no different here on the approach, and they do affect how this shot comes in. So with spin added, you want to have the ball guide center of the cup. It's important that you put it in the center of the cup. And you want to have the tip of the ball guide generally should be right around the front of the cup, but inside the cup. So like you're not going to get it to go through the cup, but you can get it to go to the center or the front edge while still being in the cup and still being center cup. When you're set up, your green ring should be close to the fairway line or touching, but in this general vicinity, right? If your green ring isn't close to that fairway, you're not in the right place. Now, as far as wind angles go, I've seen everything from over here to over here. All right. So what we've done is broken it down into 3 major wind angles, and these tweaks are minor, but they're important. The problem is we don't have a whole lot for references. So what I'm going to reference are the light spots here and here. So this shadow here, or light spot in the shadows, basically the tip of that is what I am using for my first line, or if you can see it, the right side of that light shadow in the back. But right there. Or if you want to look at these yellow things here in the back, almost centered. And for the second line, we're looking at the right side of this line, which is even with the left side of the green bushes in the background. So centered on the yellow stuff, left side of the green stuff. In the middle, that's our neutral. Over here we have crosswind, and over here we have tailwind. Neutral angle, no change, right? Crosswind angle, winds in the 6s, you need to minus 0.1. 7s is no change. Winds in the 8s, you need to add 0.1. That's for the crosswind angle over here. For the tailwind angle, winds in the 6s, you'll need to minus 0.2. Winds in the 7s, you need to minus 0.1. And winds in the 8s are no change. And that's for the crosswind angle, right? So minor tweaks, but important. Besides that, P3 minus 10% at slider, 4.7 top, 1.9 right. Green ring near the top. Pull this one straight with a slight 1159 flicker. Make sure you're not pulling any 01. And you should pop up, come back down, and roll it into the hole. Now, I did come in the left side of the cup there, and the reason is I had the tailwind angle. I was supposed to minus 0.1 from my adjustment there, and I did not. So that's why I came in on the left side of the cup. But a good shot, practice it because you do need to be familiar with the wind angles. I want you to also check the wind angles on your drive. Make sure, especially if you're playing a Kingmaker, make sure that everything is working well for you on the drive. And get your tweaks sorted for your approach shot because it's a really, really good chance for the albatross here on hole number 3. If you're using a Hornet 9, the white ring, check. 0 is 78, 1 is 79, 2 is 80, 3 is 81, 4 is 82, 5 is 83, and plus 6 is 84. If you're using Hornet 7 or 8, those numbers, you'll minus 1% from the Hornet 9 numbers. So 0 is 77, 1 is 78, 2 is 79, 3 is 80, 4 is 81, 5 is 82, and 6 is 83. That's for the Hornet 7 and 8. All right, 1% less than the Hornet 9. Good luck, everyone. Hope you get the drop. We'll see you on the next one.